If you don't understand exactly how the October 10th liquidation cascade was engineered, your portfolio is the next target, period. On that day, the crypto market didn't just dip, it was shattered, systematically broken. $19 billion. Just gone. Wiped out in a matter of hours. This wasn't a dip. This was a total system break that vaporized countless accounts. And for months, the story we were all told, well, it never really added up. You remember the official story, right? We all heard it. They said it was record leverage combined with a surprise U.S. tariff announcement. A perfect storm, you know? It sounded plausible. For a while, it was the only explanation we had, but it wasn't even close to the real story. And here's the twist. The CEO of a major rival exchange, OKX, came out and dropped an absolute bombshell. He alleged this was no accident. He claims the market itself was fundamentally broken, on purpose, by the marketing of one specific company. And yeah, he's pointing the finger directly at the largest exchange in the world, Binance. So let's connect the dots. By the end of this explainer, you are going to see the 3 critical pieces of evidence that suggest the October 10th crash wasn't just random volatility. No, this looks like a planned, meticulously coordinated wealth transfer. All right, part 1. So how do you even pull something like this off? Well, it starts with building the perfect time bomb and hiding this financial weapon right out in plain sight. Meet the key ingredient, a token called USDE. It was marketed as a safe, high-yield stablecoin. But that's not what it was. Under the hood, this was a complex, tokenized hedge fund product. It used risky derivatives to maintain its value, which means a sharp market move could cause the entire thing to collapse. A critical risk that was, conveniently left out of the marketing materials for the average user. I mean, just look at the difference between perception and reality here. On one side, you have the promise, a safe stablecoin. The reality, a tokenized hedge fund. They promised a great yield. The reality, massive systemic risk. And the worst part, no collateral limits, which basically created a system designed to amplify any downturn into a full-blown liquidation cascade. And this is how they got everybody hooked. With this brilliantly simple leverage loop. You deposit your crypto, you borrow USD against it, you use that USD to buy more crypto, and then you just repeat. This loop created a ticking time bomb of leveraged positions, all resting on a product traders were told was completely safe. And just look at why so many people took the bait. A typical stablecoin was getting you maybe 5%. This loop, it was advertised with yields up to 70%. In a market where everyone is chasing yield, that's just irresistible. It sucked in billions of dollars from retail, stacking it all up like dry firewood, just waiting for a spark. Look, this is the exact kind of hidden risk that can and will wipe you out. To get alerts on the next systemic threat before it blows up, I break them down for my private community first. Protect your portfolio. Join the Telegram using the QR code on your screen or the link down in the description. Okay, so the time bomb was set. Now let's look at the timeline of the detonation itself, because this is where the evidence shifts from just being irresponsible to looking potentially criminal. Before I show you the on-chain proof of the $1.1 billion short position, a critical message from us at Crypto Global News. If you are watching this without a subscription, you are missing the alerts. The algorithm will hide this content from you by next week. To stay on the timeline, you need to click subscribe. Now, all right, look very closely at this timeline. First, Binance announces a price methodology change. Sounds boring, I know, but it effectively thinned out their own order books. Then, a brand new wallet opens a staggering $1.1 billion short position. And just 2 minutes later, the market completely falls off a cliff. The timing is almost too perfect to be a coincidence. So here's the crucial point. That methodology change made the exchange uniquely vulnerable. The thin order books meant there were way fewer buyers than normal. This allowed the USDE liquidation cascade to have a devastating effect, pushing the price of a stable asset like USDC down to just 6 cents. And get this, it only happened on Binance. It was trading normally everywhere else. Their users were wiped out. This brings us to the aftermath. When the dust finally settled, the disparity between who lost and who paid was just, Staggering. Just look at these numbers. $19 billion in retail losses, and the compensation offered by Binance, a measly $283 million. That's not a settlement, that's a rounding error. It's an insult. It covers less than 2% of the total damage. But it gets worse. To even attempt to claim a piece of that tiny compensation fund, affected users were asked to provide something that almost no one could possibly have. What do you think it was? Video proof. They asked for a screen recording of your own account being liquidated in real time. An impossible and frankly insulting requirement, which all but ensured that the vast majority of victims would never see a single dime. So let's put it all together. We've seen the setup, the trigger, and the aftermath. Was this just some tragic accident? Or something else? Let's just review the evidence, okay? A high-risk product was sold as safe. A technical change created the perfect window of vulnerability. A massive, perfectly timed short was placed by an unknown wallet, and when billions were lost, basically nothing was paid back. The evidence is right there. I want to know your verdict. Go to the community post for this explainer and cast your vote. Was this an unfortunate accident, or was this a coordinated attack? Let me know what you think. And this is the question we all need to be asking. As this industry grows up, was this just a painful, inevitable growing pain? Or have we just witnessed the creation of a terrifyingly effective blueprint for the next great wealth transfer? We've laid out the how. We've shown the mechanics of the trap and the timing of the trigger, but that leaves the most important question completely unanswered. What about the who? Our next investigation does exactly that. We follow the money. We trace the on-chain trail of that $1.1 billion short position right back to its source. To see what we found, you need to click the card on your screen right now.
Stay ahead in the crypto market. Subscribe now for the latest global news and updates.